So you have the 10 Commandments of God, and then you have these Christians that think that we're not supposed to keep the 10 Commandments. You go to Exodus 20, and it tells you specifically the commandments of God, what we are supposed to keep. Deuteronomy 6 tells you if we keep these commandments, they become our righteousness. His righteousness becomes our righteousness. Then he gives us wisdom. He gives us the Comforter, the Holy Spirit, by keeping these 10 commandments. Right? The first commandment is, thou shalt have no other gods before me. This goes into Christmas, Easter, all these pagan holidays that, you know, the Christian church likes to celebrate. And, you know, it's not doing anything good for nobody's spiritual, for their salvation, if you're partaking in these pagan holidays and don't understand the full aspect of what you're doing. You're sacrificing your kids to Molech. You guys don't understand you're empowering demons by celebrating these pagan holidays. It's doing nothing good for anybody spiritually. And it's an abomination, and it's a sin that leads to death, because you really shouldn't have another God other than Jehovah. He's one God and one God only. If you go and read Jeremiah 10, it goes into the Christmas tree and how they deck it with gold and silver and fasten it with nails. I believe in Ecclesiastes it says there's nothing new under the sun. So these things will happen again. Not only will they happen again, they're not going to happen in the same manner that they happened before. They're going to happen in a new way, in a new tradition, in a new fashion. Number 2, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, to bow down to it or to serve it. This is exactly what we're going through. The 45,000 denominations, the Christian church, as of one of those denominations. The cross, which is related to Tammuz, that's who you're worshiping when you have this cross around your person. Jehovah didn't tell you to go and make a tea to worship him. He didn't say that. The Christian church did, right? It's the work of man's hands, right? We're not supposed to honor the work of man's hands, right? We're not supposed to honor the traditions of men, the pagan holidays, right? We're supposed to live for the Spirit. What are these holidays causing you to do? Be more carnally minded. Christmas, what is it causing your kids to do? And what is it causing you to lie, talk about Santa and all this bull crap? It is really not beneficial for the Spirit. You're feeding the carnal. You're feeding the flesh. You're not feeding the Spirit. And you're definitely not honoring the right God. You're definitely not honoring the right God. Then you have number 3, thou shalt not take thy name of the Lord thy God in vain, which is what the Christian church do every time they go to church, every time they go to stupid Sunday sun god worship church. This is what they're doing. They're worshiping Jesus. Jesus is not the Messiah's name. The Messiah's name is Yeshua. The Father's name is Jehovah. John 5:43, he says, I come in my Father's name, and you receive me not. If another shall come in his own name, him you will receive. He comes in his Father's name, which is Jehovah. Why would it switch up to be Jesus? Why would it switch up to be Jesus? It's Yeshua. My Father's name starts with a T. My name starts with a T. Why would he want my name not to be similar to his? It just doesn't make any sense. Number 4, remember to keep the Sabbath day holy. Here we go, right back to the Christian church. 45,000 denominations, mixing the holy with the profane. You're not going to enter into life by doing this. By worshiping the Sabbath day on Sunday, you are worshiping a sun god. You are not worshiping Jehovah. Jehovah says that he hallowed and sanctified the Sabbath day. So it is a day for you to get sanctified in the Word and to learn more about him and his will and what he has prepared for you to do in the end times, which is right now. Number 5, honor thy mother and thy father, which is what your parents have a duty. Your parents have a duty to teach the kids the 10 Commandments. You have a duty. Number 6, thou shalt not kill. Number 7, thou shalt not commit adultery. Number 8, thou shalt not steal. Number 9, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. This is lying. Okay? You shouldn't want to steal. You shouldn't want to commit adultery and fornicate with anyone who's not your wife. You shouldn't want to kill. It shouldn't be in your heart to want to kill. And we kill people by not loving them as we love ourselves, by teaching them the covenants of promise, teaching them the 10 commandments, teaching them how to be grafted into life. Number 10, this is what everybody does. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, which is just coveting in general, covetousness, which is what these pagan holidays allow people to think is okay. When you celebrate these pagan holidays, whether it's Valentine's Day, that's the one that's coming up next, right? What are you coveting after? A balloon, a heart balloon? What are you coveting after? Somebody to buy you something? It's just, it's non-beneficial for anybody, all right?